Hello everyone, welcome to my Chess Wonderland channel, and hope you are all doing well. And in this video, we're going to talk about chess notation. So, as you can see, there's an analysis board in front of you. If you can see the highlights, what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete all of the pieces on the board. Yes, in one click, and I'm going to help you learn about chess notation. So as you can see here, you might notice these little letters and numbers A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What do these stand for, you might wonder? So A and 1, so they're on the same square. And what could this mean? Each square has a name. So, for example, if I choose this random square, okay, then it's on this line E, and it's on this line 4. So we call it E4. So it's important to notice that we always use the letter first and not the number first. So if you're talking about squares, then we would say this is E4. But if we're talking about pieces, for example, if I put a knight here so that I can go to E4, then I would say knight to E4, right? And we will talk about what this means. So we have each of these symbols, and we just arrange them in order. Each of these pieces have a different symbol or letter standing for them. So this pawn, you don't have to say anything. For example, if this pawn like moves to A5, if it's here, okay? Let me just change this all the way. So if it moves to A5 or A4, so you just say A4. It doesn't really have a letter for it. But if you were to say that the bishop moves, remember the bishop can only move in diagonals, unlike the pawn. That was a bad arrow. But let's say I move it to E5. So you would say bishop to E5. So basically it's the starting letter of the bishop. B is for bishop, right? So you would say B, E5 if you were writing it down. And if you were to put the knight, this does cause a little bit of confusion because the knight starts with a K and the king also starts with a K, right? But we're going to just say this knight is for N. And where we go, like for example, N D4, we take the second letter of the knight. So after K, there's N, so we're going to say N D4, not to confuse it with the king. If we go to that square, and then for the rook, it's again back to normal R. And if I want to go to D8, R D8. Yes, so you just identify which it goes on, and this applies for everything. For example, I went to E5 here, and you just see where the bishop or where the rook went to, and you would see that square, which horizontal line it was on, and which vertical line it was on. And and then wherever it meets, it would be it's on D, and it's on the 8th rank. So it's on D8, and then you would just put the rook's R letter before it, so that the rook moved there. And then the same for the queen. Like you just identify which it's on, or maybe I put it this way. But it's A and it's 6, so 6 right over here. And then the same for the king, okay? And now that we just put a K here, since we already put N for the knight. So K, G3, so it's on the G, and then it's on the 3, so we put G3, wherever it's standing on. Okay, so now I explained about the chess letters and what each piece stands for, and and how to identify what square piece is on. So let's move on to some chess vision. So I am on chess.com, and there's an option called Vision, which you can use to test your knowledge of your coordinates. The squares, are called coordinates. I can't put arrows or diagrams on this, but all of this is called coordinates, like each square. So we are going to do training mode. It gives you 30 seconds to click on or do whatever you can. So there's a training mode, there's coordinates, moves, and coordinates and moves. We're just going to do coordinates for the moment, and then we'll do moves, and then we'll do coordinates and moves. Okay. So E1, so it's right here, and then I got this one wrong, but it's at F6, G1, B8, 7, E5, H5, D4, D3, F7, A7, A2, G4, H8, C3, C5, F3, D3, C7. Okay, so I was only able to complete 18, but if you keep going, then you'll be able to do more than me. So if you're just starting out in chess, don't worry. Even if you get a low score, if you keep practicing, then you will get a better score. So since we did coordinates, maybe we could do one more coordinates, and then we'll do moves. Um, oh. Okay, so as you can see, I did it one more time and I got 20. Oh, you can't see that, but I did get 20. Okay, so now we're going to do moves, which means you have to move a piece to a particular square. So queen c2, the queen goes all the way here, king h1, rook to g1, king to f6. And you can pause the video to see how I move the pieces or where the squares are. I'm just doing it really quickly. Okay, so I got 19 in this one, which means, as you can see, the point is to move wherever the vision tells you to, or wherever the computer tells you to. And now if we do coordinates and moves, it'll give you see, it gives you a mix. So it tells you to do squares and letters or coordinates. Ooh, that one was wrong. Okay. Okay, I still got 19 on this one as well. So this is a great way to practice your chess vision and your chess coordination and your ability to understand the board and to read the board. All right, and we can also change the color. As you can see, it gives me black pieces this time, right? Ooh. What did it say? And then I'll give you from the opposite point of view if you choose like black or something. Okay, this one even I'm having trouble with. Okay. Okay, I got a low score on this one, but you can choose white, black, or white or black if you decide to do your chess vision, and you could do coordinates, moves, or coordinates and moves. And now I'm going to give you a chess position. First I might tell you how it's like. I'm gonna give you a position like kind of like this. It's like a bizarre position. It can never happen in real life. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pawns. Yeah, so the pawns are never going to go like that far. Okay, and I'm going to give you a position like this, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to ask you where all the black pawns are and where all the white pawns are. So for example, this black pawn, if I'm choosing here, is on the A file and on the H file as well. Or no, sorry, the 7th rank as well, sorry. So it's on A7. And then what about this white pawn? It's on the it's on the 8th rank and it's on the C file. And what about this black pawn? It's on the G file and it's on the 4th rank. So you just identify what square it's on, you identify its rank, and its file. Alright, so I'm going to set up a position like this, and if you would like, you could also pause the video and identify all the pawns where they are, and I'll just give you some seconds to do that. Okay, and I'm going on to the next position. So, okay. And now this is a very important theme. It's called the pawn chain. Of course, this can never happen because a white pawn can never go to each one. But there's a very easy way to remember this, since it's like if they're in a chain, they're going to be one rank after the other. So it's going to be on 1, 2, 3, or like 4, 5, 6, or 3, 4, 5, or whatever. So it's H1, G2, F3, E4, D5, C6, B7, and A8. So how did I do that so fast? Well, it's simply H1. You just have to go this way, right? So you just go backwards from the alphabet and you go forwards by number. And that's it. And what about the black pawns? They're on A7, A3, C4, D6, F7, H6. And now we'll move on to the training position. This was just a quick warm-up. You could have paused. And now it's going to be with more pieces on the board. Okay, this is obviously not possible. Okay, maybe I might just do bishops for fun. Okay, and then we'll do some pawns. Okay, and this is the position. So if you can identify all the pawns and pieces on this side of the board, and then after some time you can return after and then do this side of the board. So you can have some time to recuperate. I know there's a lot of pieces on this board, but you know. And I'll give you a few seconds to pause. And if you did pause when I gave you the time to do so, and you are finished with the whole position, then I will give the big answer. This pawn is on, and let's dive in right away. This pawn is on A7, bishop is on A6, B7, B6, B3, B2, and if they're on the same line, you just keep going. So now we'll look at the C file, C8, C5, C4, C1, and then now the D file, D2, D3, D4, D5, D7. Now the E file, E3, E6, E7. Now the F file, F4, F5, F8, and now the G file, G2, G3, G4, G4, G5, G6, excuse me, and now the H file, H1, H4, H6, and H7. All right, and now we're done with the position. And you could try analyzing where all the pieces are in the starting position, right here. But yes, thank you for watching, and I do hope you have a good evening or a good morning or a good afternoon, whatever time you are watching. See you next time, and bye. It's just from the land signing off.